Give me a 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I'll give you, don't worry. 25.
25.
Hello, everybody. We are here at INNOVAL Mumbai today. I know all of you are excited to know more about energy efficiency and Legrand's journey. The wait is almost over. Join us soon and stay tuned.
दादी पापा मम्मा कब आएंगे?
बस आते होंगे बेटा। लो आ गए।
पापा मम्मी आ गए। थैंक यू।
ध्रुव कब से वेट कर रहा होगा।
अरे डोंट वरी, इस बार ध्रुव दिवाली मना के ही रहेगा।
लुक चुप कहीं से गुप चुप नाचूं मैं और झूम झूम कर। लुक चुप कहीं से गुप चुप नाचूं मैं और झूम झूम कर। आओ ढूंढे थोड़ा झूम कर। लुक चुप कहीं से गुप चुप।
उसके रूम में। अरे लाइट को क्या हो गया?
एलेक्सा
इस दिवाली लेग्रांड IoT प्रोडक्ट से रहो अपनों के और भी पास, because when things connect, people do.
And Shania said, "Dear God, let there be light." And there was sunshine. She basked in the new sun, grooving to her favorite tune. And ordered the perfect toasts in absolutely no time. She greeted the 57-year-old surprise with a whoop of delight. And started a new drive with "Don't Worry, Be Happy" song on her mind. She checked on her grandpa, and mischief filled the room. And her dad checked on millions of zeros and ones before they spoiled the fun. She watched the little mouse fool the cat with the same trick for the 19th time. Oh boy. And fell asleep learning a thing or two about chicka chicka, boom boom. As you can see, things connect to a fuller life when you do.
Hello everybody. We are live from INNOVAL Mumbai, the exclusive product studio by Legrand India. We welcome each one of you to today's talk on energy positive, energy efficiency and sustainability. To start with an interesting fact, everybody who has joined us today has already contributed to saving and reduction of CO2 emission by around 5,800 kgs, which means that you have saved around 280 trees. Now, isn't that a great start to this event? How you ask? By only not coming to the studio and connecting with us through your connected devices. On that note, let me invite our Director Sales, Legrand India, on stage, Mr. Sameer Kakkar. Thank you, Sameer, for joining us. Could you please share your thoughts on energy efficiency in today's times?
Surely, surely. First of all, good morning, namaskar. Big thank you to all of you for connecting onto this webinar. I really appreciate your time. I really appreciate your effort in this regard. And I'm sure you will find the topic very interesting and useful in today's seminar. Mayuri already picked up some very important topic when she was giving the opening remark for the webinar, when she said that there is already so much of energy which is saved because we are doing it on web and people are not traveling, it's normal traditional seminar is not what is happening. This really brings us to the concept and hits to the head the topic that energy efficiency in today's environment is extremely critical, extremely important for all of us. Two major topics which are the benefits which come out of it. Number one, the cost, easiest, but I think the bigger one is the support to the environment. When we look at environment in general, which we will try to cover up in the subsequent presentations, there is a need, there is a strong need on part of all of us to ensure we take certain measures, put certain resources in ensuring that energy efficiency is worked upon by all of us. Typically, if one has to explain the topic, easy, very easy. You continue to do the same thing, only thing you save some energy. That's what efficiency means to all of us. Two major topics which I already covered, cost and the environment. Typically, if we talk of environment, the greenhouse gas emissions, which is an activity which needs to be controlled, will definitely be positively affected when you are working on it. Importantly, I think this topic was well identified, got the real importance word over. So there were standards, there were guidelines, there were legislations, there were penalties, there were incentives which were given by the different governments to ensure that people at large, industries, the facility management companies, the building owners, all those people who contribute largely into this activity, they get a direction, they start working on it. Importantly, I think India is also catching up with the momentum in past some time, which is extremely positive. When one looks at typically a trend which is what is building on when people are committing resources onto something which needs improvement, gone are the days when you make a provision for power and move on. Today there is an energy management which is to be planned for any building, any facility or any industry, which opens up a very positive aspect, a very positive trend which is catching up, and that leads us to a very sustainable business, a business where one is taking care of the environment it is operating, is ensuring that the business is more cost effective overall. I personally feel that it is no more a kind of a activity which is to be done or not to be done. Today, it has to be done. There is no other way we can shy away from this, and I feel we as an organization are well committed as a brand to really work on the energy efficient solutions. We are committing 5% of our global turnover onto the research and development of new products, improvement of the products, and one of the major direction which we are working in is the making all our product energy efficient. They not only give us opportunity to save energy, but even when it comes to their own consumption, their own ability to work in a environment, I think it is extremely positive. So I consider that as an organization, we will be committing our resources, we will be working towards this to ensure that we are in the right space all the time. Thank you. I feel you will find the webinar very interesting today.
Thank you, Sameer. Thank you for setting the context for today's event. And as you appropriately raised some questions, and we would like to deep dive into this discussion even further, like in today's time, is energy positive a choice or is it a mandate? And we have just the right person to deep dive into this topic. It is a great honor for me to introduce and welcome our guest speaker for today. She is a leading green entrepreneur in India with more than 20 years of experience and an alumni of IIT Roorkee as an environmental scientist. She has received various national and international awards, including the International Achievers Conference Award 2019 for India's leading service provider for green buildings, smart cities, and solar energy consultant. The Best Smart Green Business Award 2018 by ET Now at ceremony of Modi Awards 2018. She is also recognized as the Green Queen on International Women's Day 2019. She is an executive committee member of Indian Green Building Council, advisory board member and chairperson of Global Sustainability Cell of Hospitality Purchases Manager Forum of India. Her company PEC Greening India is the topmost premier green building consultant of green buildings. Please join your hands and welcome Ms. Mala Singh, Chairperson and MD, PEC Greening India.
Welcome, ma'am.
I would request Mr. Sameer Kakate. Please, ma'am.
Thank you for joining us in the forum today. Thank you.
With that, ma'am, the stage is all yours, and we are all eager to hear more from you on Energy Positive.
Sure. Thank you very much. First of all, to all management of Legrand, I would like to congratulate for this particular day when they are launching their beautiful product. And friends, on the behalf of Indian Green Building Council, as well as PC Greening India, which is my baby, and I would like to thank Legrand Company to invite me here, and especially for this occasion of launching their new product. So friends, today we will be discussing, few very important subject, which is very, I would say, having a big synergy with energy efficiency. So friends, if you look into just, our Mother Earth planet, so we don't have any planet B now. We have only one Mother Earth. In today's environment, we feel that environment and development, these are two sides of one coin. So we can't just say that Mother Earth is different and my development agenda is different. No, then we are wrong. If you really think the environment is less important than the economy, so please try holding your breath while you count your money. So please let us understand the importance of environment, because it is well understood till now that the Mother Earth's health and human beings' health, they both are dependent on each other. And friends, in today's world, as rightly said by Honorable Director of Legrand, that global warming and climate change, these are very important agendas in the today's development. But somehow, we are ignoring the fact because still we need to communicate this message to the common man. Because we are listening all these terminologies, we are talking go green, we are talking go eco-friendly and everything, but how we are integrating all those things in our green living, in our lifestyle, that has become very important. And we know that world is under stress now due to global warming and climate change. The whole world is talking about. If you look into the different governments, even the Kyoto Protocol recently, everywhere we are talking about global warming. But what is our contribution as a developing country in India in the global warming mitigation? That becomes very important. So I would say I call it global warming, not just warming. Because I would like to share with you, if you look into the global warming, we are just assuming that by 2030 we'll be having 5 degree centigrade temperature, the earth temperature will increase. But if you would like to know the facts, friend, I am sharing with you a presentation. You see, this is a NASA's image where 3 degree already it is increased in 2017. If you compare it from the previous data of 1980. If you look into this slide, by 2018, you could see that 5 degrees centigrade temperature of the Mother Earth is already increased. Now where we are standing, you can imagine. And friends, we know the impacts of global warming. You see the drought conditions, you see the overflooding in the cities, you see the kind of, the agriculture production, you see the wildfires is happening, you see the urbanization happening in the cities and the kind of environment degradation. This is all because of, environment degradation part. And lot of examples I can give you, but I think there is a huge list. I would like to just share few of that. If you see the 26th July, what we faced in Bombay and what happened in Chennai, there are so many examples, and I have a big list. I can't cover up today. So all of us now, we need to understand. So if we know that there is a negative impact of the climate change and global warming, so what becomes our responsibility? That is very important now. So friends, just let's go to Delhi, see the city Delhi, what kind of health crisis we are facing there. We know that entire Delhi is just facing this pollution, this is a very big trauma now. Even our children are not able to go to school. So these kind of things, like air pollution, if you look into the water condition also in the country. So water pollution, then your waste pollution, these all things are really, really making us very scared also. These are the alarming things for us. And friends, plastic pollution. This is also another part of, the environment degradation, what as a humankind we have done to the environment. And we know that government is taking a lot of steps towards it, but just government can't help it. We need a contribution, we need a responsibility of each citizen in that. And urbanization is a big challenge because most of the rural population is shifting to the cities. And if you look into the heat island effect, which is a very, very important phenomena happening in the city temperatures are increasing. Why? Because we are doing concretization. Because we need development, we need homes, we need commercial spaces. We know that we need. But we need to think sustainably also. So this is my, if this balance in the slide, this is clearly indicating that how environment and growth, they must complement each other. So time is there now, as well said by Legrand director. So now we need to it's a must, environment respect is must. We should respect our resources, we can't just avoid that. So friends, is a need of the hour. Doing not green is a stupidity, and doing green is a really, really shows your intelligent mind now. Because as well said by the anchor that I belong to green building fraternity as being an expert of green building, I would like to define when we look into the green building component, it is just a combination of 5 elements of Mother Earth. And when we define a green building in any project, it talks about air and sky, we talk about day lighting, we talk about ventilation, we talk about fire as an energy component, we talk about earth, we talk about jal. So these all Panch Bhutas we define when we integrate all these 5 elements in a building or in a project, then we say that that project is green. Because generally people have perception what is green. So green is not just a landscaping or just a plantation only. So green has a big sense to everybody of us. So green talks about energy, green talks about your water conservation, green talks about your Mother Earth, green talks about your saving water, it's about day lighting, it's about ventilation. So friends, when we say that green building, I'll tell you green building is such an important thing in today's world that we are able to address our ecological as well as our environmental impacts in a green building, which is a very, very important. Not only the ecological and environmental impacts, benefits, but green buildings are giving us tremendous benefits to the building occupants as well as to the environment holistically. And in a green building, the most beautiful thing is that in today's world, we are talking about use of energy efficient technologies. We are talking about recycled materials. We are talking about 3R principles. I hope you must be knowing that what is 3R principle, which is basically, it is our, the old, our elders were talking about that. When we talk about aparigraha, we talk about minimum possession, we talk in the Vedic science itself, it was already, it's not a new subject for us. It was a part of our culture. It's a part of our green Sanskriti when we say 3R principle, reduce, recycle and reuse. And also friends, we are also hearing a lot of stuff about green energy, solar energy, hydro energy, we are talking about renewable energy. So energy has become very, very important component in today's world when we talk about green. And apart from energy, there's a water, there is a waste also. But if you look into the sustainability as a whole, energy plays a very, very important role, especially in the commercial buildings. And also when we say that when we make a green building, people needs to understand what's the benefit of green building. So friends, there are some tangible benefits, some there are intangible benefit as well. When we look into the tangible benefit in the green buildings, it talks about your operational efficiency. We talk about 30 to 40% reduction we get in the operational cost, because you get a lot of saving in the electrical cost. You get saving, you save water, you save energy, you also improve the productivity of the occupants, and basically you imbibe among the occupants also the best practices, operational and maintenance practices. And overall, I would say when you look into the green building, you are helping your country as well. You are helping your national missions of Honorable Prime Minister, which talks about Swachh Bharat mission, we talk about Make in India, we talk about Clean and Green India, we talk about solar energy mission, we talk about energy efficiency mission. All these missions are getting completed when you talk about build green and live green only. And friends, I also would like to share with you, good thing is happening in our country now. Government is also doing a lot of intervention in the green building movement. So government is also giving a lot of incentives in terms of floor space index to the builders. It is also giving property tax rebates to the building tenants, which is a very, very good thing, and I would appreciate and congratulate government for that, for this initiative. If you look into some of the states like Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal, Himachal Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Jharkhand, Haryana, Rajasthan, and even Maharashtra, from where today we are organizing this event. So everywhere you will find there's green building incentive policies are taking a very big shape, and which is a very, very good thing. Not only that, not only through the private builders, but also the government is starting a move that charity begins at home. So all government projects, they are also adopting green building practices. They are also focusing on green energy efficiency. They are also focusing on sustainability as in their planning and designing part. Today, here I would like to talk about all the 3 rating systems which talks about energy efficiency in our country. One is the LEED rating, then IGBC, which is the Indian Green Building Council, which is a part of CII, and then GRIHA. GRIHA is a part of TERI. So all these 3 rating systems are just talking about sustainability. They all are talking about resource efficiency. They all are talking about energy efficiency. So today, because this event is basically we are talking and focusing more energy part. So energy is, friends, one of the major inputs for the economy development of any country. And energy has become so important agenda now. So we can't just avoid efficient technologies. We just can't avoid efficient products now, because this has become need of the hour. If you just look into the energy types in our country, even all over the world, there's a primary and secondary energy uses. But in the primary, if you see the coal energy, which is basically a thermal energy, and thermal energy uses and consumption are very, very high. If you look into some research reports globally, so you will find that 63% of the energy is the thermal energy we are using globally, which is, I would say, very, very alarming stage and very challenging aspect for all of us. Because when you look into the thermal energy, that means it's a coal. We are burning coal and fossil fuels. And we should also understand when we are using fossil fuels for energy generation, so what we are doing, because we need to look into just the reserve, how much reserve Mother Earth has left. That is also very important. We need to understand responsibly, because our earth reservoirs for the coal and other fossil fuels are very, very in a very scary stage. So we need to understand when we are burning coal, we are using fossil fuels. So what's basically, we are not only producing the energy, but we are also generating carbon emission. And carbon emission has direct, it has synergy with your climate change and global warming. So now when we look into the mitigation of climate change and global warming, so energy efficiency becomes a very, very good and very important part of our entire development. So friends, CO2 emission, and when I said energy efficiency, it has direct synergy with each other. Here in this slide, this is a very, very important slide. If you look into the installed capacity in our country, 31st May 2019, you can see the power generation through thermal energy was just only 63%. And you see that the coal energy is the highest through coal by using the fossil fuel consumption. Then good part is that we are also using somehow renewable energy in our country. That is a green energy by solar. There another use of energy like nuclear energy, we can use hydro energy, but the thermal is a very, very scary part now because it is affecting our coal consumption as well. And friends, if you look into the building sector, the energy consumption part, if you see in India, industry just consume 44% and 14% is just consumed in the residential and commercial sector, which is a very, very important when we talk about any green building or sustainable development part. And energy conservation and energy efficiency, these both are different things. So we need to understand that energy conservation, whenever we talk about for a sustainable development, here we are talking that growth of the energy consumption is being reduced. That is basically the energy conservation. And we can also increase the productivity through technological interventions. And when we look into the energy efficiency, and this is very, very well addressed by any green building rating system in our country, that may be LEED rating, that may be Indian Green Building Council, that may be GRIHA. Energy efficiency is a very, very important part in any green building certification program. So if you just look into the entire energy consumption scenario of the entire world, you will be surprised that 40% of the energy consumption just being consumed in the building sector itself, which is again a very scary thing. And friends, in India, good thing is that we have a lot of energy codes which are voluntary, and there are some certification programs which I just said that is nurturing green building movement in our country. If you look into the government intervention in the energy efficiency, so there is a, I would say, energy conservation building code, which is a very, very important aspect now in our country when we talk about building design efficiency. Because IGBC is a part of Bureau of Energy Efficiency, and even the Ministry of Environment and Forest, which give you EIA clearance, that has also make it as a mandate that any building which you design has to follow and has to comply IGBC code. When we talk about its building envelope, when we talk about its air conditioning design, when we talk about its lighting design, so all these energy efficient technologies has become very, very big mandate in our country now. Because initially these IGBC codes were not mandatory, they were voluntary basis. But today we can say that these are the mandates in our country. So no building, no development can be thought upon without energy efficiency factor. So energy efficiency is a very, very important now. And friends, I would say the objective of all these codes, all these voluntary programs and certification programs, goal is just one. That is a mitigation of global warming and climate change impacts and to reduce the carbon emissions as a whole. And in the slides, I'm just showing you that what IGBC compliance when we put it in a building design. So there are two approaches. One is the prescriptive approach, which is based on the calculations, and other is the whole building simulation approach, which is a very, very important approach now, because you see in the digitization world, there are a lot of software technologies are available. There are a lot of, I would say the technologies which are helping us to evaluate, to assess, to quantify energy efficiency in any building. And if you look into the responsible energy management to achieve resource efficiency, as I said that optimization of building envelope is very important, then efficient equipment and technology is very important, and building envelope plays a very, very important role. And also the efficient lighting fixtures, it is not just we are putting just lighting, just for the sake of aesthetics. Here when it is a green building, we have to look into the lighting controls, we need to look into the sensors importance in the lighting design. And let me tell you, as per the ASHRAE standard and as per the IGBC standard, lighting controls are must now. Putting sensor integration with the lighting design is very, very important now. So you cannot have any green building when you don't have these lighting controls and you don't have building automation is a very, very important now in a green building program. In this slide, I am just giving you one very important thing. If you look in energy efficiency parameters in IGBC, you can see that all the credit points to achieve the certification, 30% points just contribute for the energy efficiency. So you could imagine that what is the importance of efficiency when it is a green building. Similarly, if you look into the LEED part, LEED rating certification program, you will see that 29% points are contributing for energy efficiency itself. Similarly, if you look into the GRIHA rating certification program, here also 20% for the energy efficiency in the design you are contributing, and also the building performance 8% through energy efficiency program we are contributing. So somehow you can see the average from 28% to 30%, all these credits are mandatory just for the energy efficiency when you do a green building. And friends, it's not just designing green building, it's also about the building performance, which is a very, very important. And that target can be only achieved when you evaluate, you measure, you do the measurement and verification program as an integral part of your entire this green building development. So in the green building, when you look into the performance monitoring and validation, which is a very, very important, and only we can achieve that when we integrate building automation system, we put proper energy meters, sum meters to measure all the electrical loads respectively. So energy efficiency in the green building, as I said, it is an integral approach, it is a holistic approach, it's just design intervention is there, but definitely the measurement and monitoring plays a very, very important role. Without that, you can't achieve the green building parameters and you can't achieve the certification programs. You don't understand how my building is performing. Because making just design green is not sufficient, but knowing the building performance is very, very important, and that can be understood only through these energy efficient technologies and equipments. So here, now friends, there is a very good thing that initially we were talking only the new buildings, new developments. But today we have a program which talks about the existing building also. Even the existing buildings can be also converted into green buildings. So IGBC, LEED rating, even the GRIHA rating, they all have set very good certification programs for the existing building also. And in the existing buildings, you must be thinking how challenging it is. In new, it's fine because you can integrate all the sustainability parameters in the design. But how to do with the existing building? So in the existing buildings, the approach is little different. The methodology is little different because you start with the auditing mechanism, where your energy audit is a very, very important exercise. Because your energy audit mechanisms basically gives you guidance, what kind of improvisation area are there, what kind of rectifications you require in the electrical systems, in your overall control of electrical systems in the building. So that really adds a lot of value when you do retrofitting in the existing building as well. So your all these measurement and monitoring system, these technologies are helping us not only the new building design, but also the existing building as well. Because today if you see that the entire cities, we are talking about smart city agenda, but smart city is not just building new. So here we are talking about existing as one, because we need to transform our existing cities also into green and sustainable cities. So how we can do that? We need to look into micro level planning as well as macro. So we need to transform existing also into green. We need to measure resources, we need to measure our energy consumption, we need to measure water consumption, we need to look into waste generation. So we need to map all the resources in the existing structure as well. So friends, in the importance of metering I just talked about in the green building, it is a very, very important component. And if you look into measurement and verification system, in any green building, there is an exercise, we call it third party commissioning program of all the electrical equipments, where we do testing and verification at the end of the building commissioning, and then we understand whether every equipment is performing the same way. Basically we look from the design intent, we match and validate that particular aspect. So if you look into the energy metering program, that helps us a lot, because it helps us to reduce energy consumption, even the water usage is also. It also helps us to improve the overall quality of the building, overall building operations. It also helps us for the verification of our utility bills. It also helps us to rectify to improvisation process. So metering and measurement is the most important component in the green building. So basically it provides appropriate, accurate data in the timely manner as well. So if you look into when you have sensors, if you have lighting controls, if you have CO2 monitoring system and energy efficiency in the technology in your building, I would say you would able to save 20 to 30% energy definitely. And we have the proven case studies for that. So energy measurement is a very, very important component in any green building. Without that, you can't talk about building performance. So friends, I will come to the end. So I think it's a well-known quote that you cannot manage what you do not measure. If you do not measure it, you cannot improve it. So whenever you want to improve, you want to achieve, you need to measure it, which is, I think Legrand is already doing the same thing. And today they are launching their new product as well. And I would like to congratulate Legrand that with this help of product, we would be definitely, use these products in the various green buildings in the future. And definitely those buildings will help us sustainably for better India and green India. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much for the session. It was very insightful as well as thought-provoking. You have not just warned us, but also told us exactly the right measures that go towards energy efficiency.
Yes.
And it proves that energy positive is as important as energy. One of the key takeaways that I can see amongst multiple takeaways is the importance of measurement and how what you can measure is what you can manage.
Yes.
With that context, we would like to move to the next session, which is also an important session for today, which is introducing our latest in the Legrand Power Solutions. For that, let me invite on stage Mr. Sameer Kakkar and our Head of Product Marketing for Energy Distribution, Mr. Amit Chaturvedi, on stage. I would request Ms. Mala Singh to do the honors of unveiling our product. Could you please join us over here?
Yes.
Give this to me.
You will have to keep your hand and scan.
Yes.
Legrand provides a wide range of products that make your residential, commercial, and infrastructure safe, secure, and smart. Legrand introduces PMX digital panel meters, taking a next step in the space of metering solutions. A universally compatible metering solution that helps to manage energy consumption, efficiency, and load. Track and manage the energy consumption of your facilities by accurate monitoring and enhance efficiency by 8 to 12%. Wide range meters, starting from precise single function meter, smart energy meter, load manager to advanced demand controller helps calculate the overall split energy consumption. Manufactured to the strictest international standards and are RoHS compliant, results in safe, clean and green environment. These meters are packed with features which provide true RMS sensing, provide accurate reading every time, accurate labeling which helps in ease of wiring, reduces chances of error and equipment damage. Auto scrolling saves time. Dedicated buttons help to choose directly between basic, energy, power parameters. These meters are fully compatible with SCADA and energy management systems, making them universally compatible. PMX digital panel meters bring you closer to energy efficient future. Legrand provides a wide range of products.
That looks very exciting. I'm sure the audience has a lot of questions in mind. So we would want you to take us briefly through the product range. Also for the audience, we are now open to take questions. So you can post your questions in the comment section below. Over to you, Amit.
Hello and good afternoon, everyone. And I would first of all thank Ms. Mala for joining us today at this event of the launch of our new digital panel meters. It has been a great journey for Legrand in expanding our portfolio of various switchgear products and doing our bit in the energy efficiency domain. We are globally committed towards the reduction of energy conservation and also improving the energy efficiency in various installations across the globe. And that we achieve not only by having our products which are intrinsically low on energy consumption, like for example our green energy efficient transformers or light sensors for that matter, which help in reducing the consumption within any building. And the latest addition is the PMX range of digital panel meters. And you did set the context absolutely right, that what can be monitored can be managed and what can be managed can be improved. And that is precisely the premise of a digital panel meter, which helps to monitor various energy and electrical parameters in any installation, be it residential, commercial or industrial. And this product was conceptualized in mind to help our users achieve this goal in a simplest manner possible. So the entire conceptualization and design was done around the premise that it should be easy to plug in, easy to program. And now with the scale of things going big, the standards of living are going high, people are moving from comfort to luxury, and all this changing landscape actually creates a lot more of energy guzzling. And as the scale goes high and big, what needs to be done if we have to conserve the energy is to be able to remotely monitor various parameters, remotely able to see the type of energy conservation that is happening. And as they say, data is the new gold. So that data of monitoring of energy helps people, helps consultants, helps designers, helps the end users take the right call in optimizing their systems. And that is where in Legrand digital panel meters comes in to do our bit in this scape. So it also helps this product to be easily integrated into any third party SCADA system, which enables remote monitoring and advanced data analytics using any energy management system. So thank you, Ms. Mala, for giving us the insightful talk and being with us here today.
Yes. Thank you so much. As I rightly said, in the green building performance is very important, because we are talking about building green. But living green can be only achieved when you achieve operation and maintenance cost also being reduced, and you achieve the better quality of environment. And that is always possible when you quantify, when you use qualitative and quantitative approach. So measuring and mapping of resources is very important. So without, I would say, mapping it, through, like, the product you are launching today, and I'm sure that it is going to help us a lot in the green building sector, in the smart buildings and energy efficient buildings. And I say it's my best wishes to all of you,
Thank you so much.
for this particular product on the behalf of Indian Green Building Council as well as PC Greening India. So with this, I would say it's a very good, it's a time to celebrate, and your product is launched. And definitely I give you commitment that we will be doing a lot of green buildings, in the country using these kind of technologies, which is helping not only me and you, but the entire communities.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
I would now like to invite the product manager for this product, Himanshu Arora. Himanshu is part of the product marketing team, and I would say he has been the architect in packaging all the features, the entire product in what we see today as the PMX range. So I would invite Himanshu, who will be glad to take the questions which have come across on the chat box with us. Over to you, Himanshu.
Thank you, Amit. Thank you, Ms. Mala. Good afternoon, everyone. We thank you all for joining this energy positive event. We hope and ensure that this PMX range will fulfill all your energy efficient needs and bring you closer to energy efficient future. Can we have the questions, please? Okay. So we are seeing a lot of questions coming, and the first one I will be taking. The question is, are the meters common for single phase measurement and three phase measurement? Yes. PMX range of meters are common for single phase as well as three phase system. Even with simple click of a button, any meter can be programmed to use for single phase meters, three phase 3-wire as well as three phase 4-wire system. Can we have the next question, please? Okay, I can see the screen. The second question is, what is the dimension of these panel meters? Also, what is the CT requirement? It is 1 amp or 5 amps? So I will tell you, these meters are as per industry standard, which is 96 by 96 mm cutout, and all these meters can be programmed either for 5 amps or 1 amp CT secondary with a simple programming. Can we have the next question, please? Okay. So apart from demand monitoring, do this range have demand controller? Yes, absolutely. PMX range have demand controller as well. We have 4 relay output by default, which can be programmed independently as per the demand requirement and can be used to shed the loads. Also, I will add that we have 8 MP data logger inbuilt with the demand controller. So it will help you to save all the information which can be used or communicated future. Okay, next question, please. We have discussed about sustainability and environment. Is there any attribute of this range which one can relate? Yes, for sure. All PMX range meters are RoHS compliant. That means restriction of hazardous substances. So Legrand as a brand is very conscious when it comes to care of the environment. So all this PMX ranges are RoHS compliant. I'm seeing the next question. Okay. So does these meters have harmonics measurement? If yes, till which order we can measure? Okay. So all the load managers as well as advanced multifunction meters are with harmonic measurement by default. Also, there are meters with individual harmonic option, which can measure up to 31st harmonic order. Any more questions? I think there are a lot of questions coming, so we have a very limited time to answer all your questions. We'll take it down and we'll revert you shortly. Thank you. I'd like to again add that Legrand is committed to energy efficient and sustainable solutions. Also, I request you to connect it with us as we have a lot to offer in our metering space. Thank you.
I think we have 2-3 more questions which we can take.
Sure.
We do have the time, and so there's one question which says that is IP based metering possible, and what are the options for communication in this range?
So IP based communication is possible. So we have Modbus based communication which can be connected to via gateway to Ethernet and can be used with any kind of universal EMS solutions, SCADA solutions.
Also, is there an option of LCD metering with Legrand?
Yes. So this PMX range is basically LED meters, and we do have LCD meters, which is EMDX cube range.
Now, Akshat Shukla asks that as a computer scientist, I would like to know what kind of data analysis you do and what type of matrices are used for that. So, I would say to Akshat that PMX is for open communication meter option, which can be hooked onto any SCADA and people can use their own proprietary EMS suite. Legrand does have another proprietary EMS suite which takes into account all type of data right from the system parameters like the voltage variations, the current, on hours, load hours, run hours, so on and so forth. You can see it on a dashboard, you can compare data of this year versus previous year and so on. So that's another offering which is part of the EMS suite by Legrand.
Yeah.
So I think rest of the questions we will answer on the chat box, and thank you everyone for joining us today on this live webcast of launch of PMX meters and the insightful session by Ms. Mala on energy efficiency and sustainability.
Thank you everyone once again, and for more updates about not just today's product but our complete range of power solutions, you should log on to our website, which is legrand.co.in, and follow our social media channels, which is YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and stay energy positive. Thank you again.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Legrand provides a wide range of products that make your residential, commercial, and infrastructure safe, secure, and smart. Legrand introduces PMX digital panel meters, taking a next step in the space of metering solutions. A universally compatible metering solution that helps to manage energy consumption, efficiency, and load. Track and manage the energy consumption of your facilities by accurate monitoring and enhance efficiency by 8 to 12%. Wide range meters, starting from precise single function meter, smart energy meter, load manager, to advanced demand controller, helps calculate the overall split energy consumption. Manufactured to the strictest international standards and are RoHS compliant, results in safe, clean, and green environment. These meters are packed with features which provide true RMS sensing, provide accurate reading every time, accurate labeling, which helps in ease of wiring, reduces chances of error and equipment damage. Auto scrolling saves time. Dedicated buttons help to choose directly between basic, energy, power parameters. These meters are fully compatible with SCADA and energy management systems, making them universally compatible. PMX digital panel meters bring you closer to energy efficient future. Legrand